Hey, everyone. Here we are on start of a new week, Monday. Um, Wanted to run through real quick the recap of the weekend for Saturday and Sunday. I did a quick little stream yesterday just because things were uh, having some fun with the golf happening, and then the NASCAR race wound up getting rained out till today. So I did a quick recap yesterday about how the weekend went. So we'll just review that real quick. First of all, the MMA was a wash. There were a number of significant upsets. Um, we did not win anything there. We had a $5 contest and a $12 contest, so we dropped $17 there. So that was a quick one. For the golf, our our uh, um, fantasy team did not do well because of Hideki did not make the cut. And that was one of the guys we were basing it on. So he didn't make the cut. Gooch missed the cut for the first time in 13 tries, and Bud Colley, I think, one of our other money savers did not. Now we did wind up picking uh, Tyrell, who wound up finishing third. We had the winner. We picked Webb Simpson. He wound up winning the tournament. And we had Justin Rose, who wound up finishing in 12th or 14th, I think. But nothing, we didn't win anything for our fantasy team. But on the sports book, we did pretty well overall. Justin Rose just barely missed it, and I had a very upsetting. There's a clip that I made and posted. You can check it out. But a very upsetting putt that he missed on the 18th hole. If he had made it, then he would have finished tied for 10th, and we would have won our $100 bet on him finishing in the top 10. But he missed it, and it was a pretty easy putt. I'm not going to relive that. But we did get Justin Thomas, who just golfed fantastically the last two rounds, and he did wind up finishing in 10th place. So we got our $45 win for him being in 10th place, because we bet on him being in the top 10. And then also, which I had mentioned throughout the weekend, through the first three rounds, it was my bad that I had neglected to put any kind of sportsbook bet on Webb Simpson, because I have a history of when I draft somebody and focus on somebody one round in golf 1 week and he does terrible, the next week, hold on, I just got a phone call. Making sure it's all clear. But then the next week he winds up doing really well, and I got him on my roster, obviously my fantasy roster, but didn't put any money on him. So going into the last round, the fourth round on Sunday, I was given a 50% profit boost for any live betting done on Sunday for DraftKings. I saw that Webb Simpson was still 4-1 odds for him to win the tournament. So I used my 50% bonus on that, threw down $20, and so it bumped it up from 4 to 1 to 6 to 1. And he won the tournament, so that was a nice $120 take. 120 plus the 20 that we put, so 140 total coming back to us. So we were happy about that. That was good. We'll be looking at more golf coming up on Wednesday for the next tournament. The other recap, real quick. was that on Saturday we had this tournament going here for this was a $4 KBO. This was our only thing we played for the Saturday performance. We just weren't really super feeling the KBO, and did well. Did well. We had Jokish in there and Kim. Kim again. Like I said, there was really no other articles or anywhere else was anybody advising go with Kim. But he's pitching against the Eagles. I know he only got us a little over 5 points, but he's only $4,000 as a pitcher. And he got his positive points. Combined with Jokic at almost 27 points, good combo there, man. Good combo. And then our overall roster did very well. With the exception of June, who was a money saver for us, he didn't play, which was disappointing. But everybody else, Kang is just red hot. His team only scored 3 runs. Yeah, but he hit 2 home runs and got all 3 of those RBIs. So he comes out with 30 points there. Overall, this was an 1,100, slightly over 1,100 person tournament. This team was good to finish in 32nd. Again, only a $4 entry. So that's $15. But it's positives and it's right there. It's competitive. It's hey, we weren't far at all from a few $100 pickup there. So again, that combined with the Webb Simpson save was very good for us. And then also on Saturday we had the Xfinity Sprint race. We had one roster in there that folks crashed out on. That was a $3 single entry tournament, so we lost on that. However, we did also have the $25 double up tournament where we had Allmendinger. We picked the winner at Haley. We picked second place with Chastain. Had a couple other top 10s in there. An 11. All of our drivers were in the top 20, which was strong. So this was 183 entries. This roster was actually good for second in that. Doesn't matter because it was a double up, so everybody gets $50. But that was nice. So that $50 plus the 120, that's $25. So say 140 plus the 50, that's 190 plus the 15 coming back to us. So that's 205 coming back to us. Sure. 25, 45, 49 of it is what we bet, but that's still coming back into our account. So very, very happy about that. Very happy about our NASCAR there. Hopefully, we can start getting the MMA to kick in a little bit, and if we can do that, we'll be excited. Other sports are not looking good right now. Baseball is not looking good. Major League Baseball not looking good for us. I don't know if there's going to be a season this year. I don't know when they're going to play baseball again. They're at a huge impasse. Football's having some issues with the virus, of course. Hockey is having issues shutting down some of their training camps. Basketball's in the same boat, so I don't know. I don't know when we're going to wind up gambling on things other than Korean baseball and NASCAR and MMA. MMA is moving to Fight Island coming out now. So that's going to be interesting. See how that works out. So there you go. So today, all that we have right now is we have, here, we can check out on this. Right now, we have the NASCAR race is going off right now. So this is where we're at right here. It's a 2,494 person entry. Top 676 get paid. We are currently in 1386 place. Uh, Still a little over halfway, so still a good bit of racing to go. Um, we've got our two top guys here, 2 and 3. That's good. Stenhouse Jr., who we liked, right now is up in 5th. We'll see about Suarez. He's gotten us a few bonus points. See if he can hang in there. Almirola has been up and down. Newman was leading the race a little while ago. You can see here he led for 1 lap. But now he's down to 24th, working his way back up. So we'll keep a track on this for the next little while and see what happens. But we're gonna do a little KBO gambling. So let's take a look at that. Who are we gonna pick for tonight? Again, as usual, with KBO, I have not really looked into this as we're gonna get going here, so we will investigate it as we go. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at what do we got here. We've been on a nice KBO run. So right now I'm looking at entering a $12, 294 person tournament as my primary entry. See how that goes. And then I'm not sure. We'll take a look at the matchups and rosters today and see. Are we interested in playing anything else? I might wind up doing something like a three entry $3 tournament or something. If it's there. There might be some value here. The Eagles are going to the Lions. Again, anytime the Eagles are playing anybody, I look at their pictures. You got Choi here coming at 7,300. We'll have to check this out. What else have we got? Could be a high scoring affair here. The Dinos going to the Wiz. That could definitely be a high scoring affair. You got the Bears, which should be heavily favored over the Wyverns. You got it like that. Although, looking at this, it's Rusinski versus Odisimer pitching against each other. Odisimer has been... We'll have to see. How did he do in his last outing? Because he was struggling for a long time. Slightly better, but he did give it... Let's see, 7 innings pitched. Yeah. 6... Not bad. Not bad. Only giving up 2 runs. That was strong. What's that? He is now tossed a wild pitch or hit a batter in 5 of his last 7 starts. Like Nuke from Bull Durham. All right, let's see what else have we got. First of all, let's check on the standings and see where everybody stands. Dinos won a game again, so they're only 4-6 in their last 10. Bears are on a streak. Bears have won 4 in a row. They're only 5-5 in their last 10, but they have won 4 in a row. The Twins are on the opposite streak. They've lost 3 in a row. Heroes have been hot. They've won 5 in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Tigers have been pretty hot, 7-3 in their last 10. They're coming off a loss. Samson is 6-4, and they're going against the Eagles. Now the Eagles are 3-7 in their last 10. They've only won 10 games all year, and 3 of them in their last 10. So that's a step up. Not by much though. And the Wyverns they're 1-9 in their last 10. They've lost 6 in a row. The Wyverns are definitely struggling right now. They're only 2 games ahead of the Eagles for the basement. You're starting to see a real separation there with the Wiz having had a good run here, where the Wiz are not. The Wiz are in 8th place. They're 18-23, and the Wyverns are in 9th place, a full 6 games behind them at 12-29. So, before we look at any of the other things, I'm liking the thought of looking at some of the Lions. I'm liking the thought of looking at some of the Bears. And maybe looking into that Dinos Wiz game, but they have some good pitchers going there. So let's see, what have we got? All right, so we've got Rucinski, you know. Okay, yeah. We've got Rucinski, which you have to always, have to always look into Rucinski, right? We've liked him. He's been good for us. 4 wins, 1 loss. Decent ERA, decent WHIP. Good. Yeah, 3-1. A little more than 3-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He's not bad. He's fine. He's averaging 20 points a game. That's good. You'll take it. I don't know. I'm not sure about going with him as the most expensive pitcher on the slate today. Don't love it. Choi at 8,900. This is Won Tai Choi. I mean, a good strikeout to walk ratio. 6 home runs, fair number of hits, not that great of an ERA, not that great of an opponent. Again, I don't know about spending up to 8,900 for him. It doesn't work for me. Now Flexen. Let's take a look at Flexen. Flexen has not been outstanding, it looks like. Yeah. 2 wins, 1 loss. Still, I mean, look at the numbers aren't that bad, man. He's 1.22 of a higher number of walks than you'd like to see. 1.22 whip is pretty good. Batting average isn't bad at all. Look at this. This is look how weird that is. Look at that. I mean, his last game, he had an opposing batting average under 200. He only gave up 3 hits against. But he gave up 3 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. I mean, he just had some none of them were home runs either. He just had So he's been having trouble. He's had 12 walks in his last 4 starts. But he is going against the Wyverns, who are super struggling right now. So I think you gotta at least consider flexing. You got Aaron Brooks here. Great strikeout to walk ratio. Gives up a fair number of hits, 3 and 2. Only 2 home runs. Oh, he has a complete game and a complete game shutout. Impressive. Who was it against? Was it against the Eagles? Oh, against the Wiz. Nice. Oh, but that was a rain shortened game. Ah ha 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 ha. Trickery. That was a 5 inning game. Still, he's down here at 8,400. He's down here at 8,400. And that strikeout to walk ratio is worth it by itself. Pretty high batting average. He's going against the Giants. They're both coming off losses. Odisimer, I don't trust him anymore. Definitely can't go with him against the Dinos. I'm just curious which way that game's gonna go. And here's a guy. Let's take a look at Troy. My boy, Choi going against the Eagles. Jae-Kyung Choi, only 7,300. Terrible outing last time. Terrible. Let's see. He's been out since June 6th when he had suffered a bruise to his right calf. Yeah, all right. So Choi is definitely looks like he struggled the last 2 games before he was injured there. Right here, yeah, one, yeah, but before that he was pretty solid. He hasn't faced the Eagles yet this year. He's coming back now. He's definitely worth a thought for only 7,300. Kim, we can look at him, but I don't see how we could go against him against the Bears. See how the runs are managing there. So, Dinos are still the highest scoring team in the league. Bears are second. They're the only 2 teams that average more than 6 runs per game. Twins are close. They're in third. Heroes are in fourth. The Wiz are coming up. They're in fifth. So I just don't see why you would spend 7. If you would spend 7,000 for a guy pitching for the Wyverns against the Bears, just get the extra 300 and go with the guy for Troy against the Eagles. I mean, I can guarantee you Kim's going to be extremely low owned if that's your thing. Bell. I mean, here's the thing. The Lions have won 1 in a row. They're 6-4 in their last 10, so they're all right. They're 20-22, so it's not like they are a dominant team. It's not like they're a dominant team. So, could you completely ignore Chad Bell? No. 6,600. I don't think he's low enough to really consider him. Junwon Sao. Going against the Tigers. Tigers are hot. Yeah, all right. I think we're looking at For me, we're looking at Choi, we're looking at Brooks, and we're looking at Flexen. And Choi is the Choi for the Lions, not the Choi for the Heroes. That he's too expensive. Flexen, Brooks, and Choi. Um, Brooks is a righty. The Giants, who he's pitching against, seem to struggle against righties. They're a little under 500 against them, while they are 500 against lefties. The Giants are a much, much, much better team at home, though. When you look at them, I mean, the Giants are 12-5 at home, and they're 8-16 on the road. The Giants are 12-5 at home. I mean, that is a really, really significant difference. And the Tigers struggle on the road, man. I don't know. I'm starting to lean away from Brooks a little bit here. This looks like a potentially not great matchup based on how teams play. Now, Flexen, what's the story with Flexen? Flexen throws righty. He's going against the Wyverns. The Wyverns are terrible against righties. They're 7-23 versus right-handed pitchers. I'm liking Flexen. I'm thinking with $100 difference here, even though Brooks has better stats overall, I think the matchups are favoring Flexen here. Lastly, if you'll take a closer look at Choi, Choi throws lefty against the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles they've only won twice against lefties, but they've only won 10 times all year. So they've only won twice against lefties. The Eagles are pretty much the same home on the road. Doesn't matter. Samsung is the same home on the road. Yeah, so I'm looking at as far as a lot. I mean, you don't need to rule Brooks out. I think Brooks is a legitimate starter. He's a legitimate starter. I just don't like the matchup. I'm gonna look at Flex and Choi as my the Lions Choi as my primary guys. I wouldn't fault you for going for Brooks, and honestly, I wouldn't fault going with Rucinski either. I mean, he is a hell of a pitcher that's pretty consistent. Yeah, he's allowed 3 or more runs just twice all season long. One of them was in his last game, so prior to that, he only did it one other time. And he saw at least 6 innings in all but one of his starts. He struck out 7, at least 7 in 4 of his last 5 starts. So yeah, he's not. He's not. I just don't know if he's worth the most expensive pitcher. So I'm going to be looking at Flexen and let me get his first name right. Choi Hong Choi. So let's do a Flexen in there and see what that does for our potential hitters. Now, who do we want to look at for hitters? Well, you got to look at the Bears, right? I mean, right off the bat, you got to look at the Bears going against the Wyverns. You got to look at the Bears. You got to look at, let's see. You got to look at the Lions because they're going against the Eagles. And then, were there any other pictures that we wanted to target? We didn't look at him. Yun Suk Kim. What's his story? What's going on with him? Okay. Oh, okay, he's scheduled to make his first career start. He has appeared in 8 games for 8.1 innings. So 8 1/3 innings. I mean, 7 strikeouts to 1 walk, good. 7 home runs in 8 innings. I'm not 7 homers. 7 earned runs in 8 innings. Not good. Opponent batting average 3.44 is monstrous. He's gonna start. All right. So I think that we're looking at Bears, Heroes, and Lions as our primary stacking options. There's got to be some money on the. Let me just take a look at the Lions. There's got to be some money savers on the Lions, don't there? Not particularly. All right. Well, let's take a look at this. Let's just, since we're looking at going with Flexen and Troy, let's throw them both in there. That gives us a 42.75 average. $42.75. So overall, we shouldn't have too much problem filling out the roster. If we can get a couple of money savers in there that work out for us, and then we should be able to get some decent. Let's bring up the starting rosters here. Let's see. Why is this guy now? On the depth chart, on the value chart, there's a guy that's way out. Let's take a look at him. Hai Sung Cook. Hai Sung Cook is right here. Let's see, he made his first appearance earlier this week and has been heating up the plate, posting back-to-back multi-hit performances and going 5 for 9 over his last 2 contests. Okay. All right, well, he's batting 9th, which you don't want to see necessarily, but he's at 2,100, and if he's hot, that might be the spot right there that we look to save some money. Let's take a look at Su Bin Jung as well. Day to day, what's the word on him? Being held on Sunday's lineup. Alright, so he was hit on the knee by a pitch in Saturday's contest, but he was able to play all 9 innings on Saturday. They kept him out of Sunday, and obviously he has today off. he bats third for the Bears, and it's only 30. Wait, no, he bats leadoff. He bats leadoff for the Bears. Yeah, he bats leadoff for the Bears, and he's only 2,500. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm starting to see maybe some things come together here. I'm looking at. This is a risk because I'm not going to be awake at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow to check to make sure he's in the lineup. You could get some low ownership if he winds up playing. People staying away from him. I might stay away from him. But I'm not going to. I'm going to put in Su Bin Jung and hope that he plays. And I'm also going to go with this kid that's apparently, even though he's batting ninth, I'm going to go with Hae Sung Kook. Look at him as 2 money savers. Those two. Now, we already used up 2 of our outfielding positions. All right, but we're off to a pretty decent start here in terms of building some stuff out. And then if we wanted to, do we want to use up our last outfield position? Probably not. We could with Kunwoo Park. I mean, he bats third. He's only 3,500. He's a hell of a value. But let's hold on. Let's see what. Let's take a look at a few more of the hero guys here. Since they're going against this young guy's been giving up tons of runs. It'd be hard to get past Dongwon Park here because he's the catcher. And see, yeah, if you look anywhere else other than say Hu Park, let's see what is his setup for the Bears. Seihu Park is starting. He bats eighth. As opposed to Dongwon Park, who bats cleanup. So let's throw him in there as one of our high-priced guys. All right. Let's throw him in there as one of our high-priced guys. Now, Hae Sung Kim, he's done well for us recently. He's in at shortstop again, expensive. But let's throw him in there. We're still at 47.25. Not bad. There's Byung Ho Park here. He strikes out a ton. Batting average is horrible. But the last few games, 9, 18, 2, 9. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. We'll hold off on him for a moment. Let's take a look at some of the Lions. You can definitely get Saladino in there at third base. We throw Saladino at third base. He's only 4,700. That fits right into what we'd be looking to do. Could go Sang-Soo Kim is their leadoff hitter. We could still fit him into at second base. So there, I mean, this gives you 2 players each from each of the 3 teams that we're looking at. And you still have $4,500 left. So you can easily fill this out. If we really felt strong on any one of these options here, we could certainly go. We could certainly double up still. We could, we could get Fernandez in here, which, I mean, that would knock us down to a real money saver on the outfield. But we could get Fernandez. We could get Kim. That would knock us down again. Not quite as bad. 3,500 or so. 3,600, 35, 3,650, somewhere around there. 3,700 even. So not terrible. I think looking at this now, I think I'm probably going to go with a couple different lineups. I like the idea of maybe entering a few entries into the same tournament. Maybe a $3 or $4 with a 3 or even a 20 cap entry. But I'm only looking at entering maybe 3 more lineups. And going with a heavier stack. 1 heavier stack on the Lions, 1 heavier stack on the Heroes, and 1 heavier stack on the Heroes, Bears, and Lions. Yeah. I'm probably gonna keep the same. Just double check the pictures. I'll probably keep the same pictures, although I might go with Rucinski on another one somewhere. If a heavier stack gets me some more money savers, like if I go with a heavier bear stack and I go with Kook and Jung. And then there was somebody else, right? There was another money saver there we were looking at grabbing, batting third. Who was it? Kunwu Park at 3,500. If we went with those three, the leadoff hitter, the ninth hitter, and the third hitter, all money savers right there, and then maybe look at a maybe a Kim Batten cleanup. Even Jay Ho Kim at shortstop, he's only $2,800, and he bats sixth. That could be worth it if we're looking at maybe going with a Rucinski in one of our lineups. This lineup here, I'm going to go with Flexen and Choi, and I'm going to spread it out. I think that right there's your base. You know, I would lock in between the two. I'd lock in Flexen, but I'm going to go with Choi here for the money. On the hitting side, I think you have to lock in Park, Dongwon Park almost. You have to lock him in. Yeah, if I was going to pick one, if I was going to pick one from each, I would take Saladino. And go with Kook. And probably Park. And then fill in as you can. But I'm probably going to go this way. I'll fill in these last two positions. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to go with another lineup where I go with Rucinski and Choi from the Lions on maybe a heavier bear stack. And then I'll probably do another lineup that mimics these pitchers with a heavier hero stack. And probably mimic these pitchers again. Or go with the two pitchers, Rucinski and Flexen, and see what that leaves me with. Maybe I'll go with Rucinski and Flexen on the bear stack. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go one of those ways. This one, I think Flexen and Choi will be in 2, possibly 3, probably 2 of my lineups. And I think I'll do a Rucinski Flexen and a Rucinski Choi on 2 of my other lineups where I stack somebody heavily. So that'll be that. So we could be looking at 4 total lineups. One of them will be in the $12 contest, single entry. The other one will be in smaller ones. Definitely $3 or $4. Any reason to touch base on the race? Let's see. Everything's still pretty much the same. We're still floating right around 1400th place. Still another 54 laps to go. Let's make sure we're all updated here. Looks like the race is under caution again. It looks like all of my races are still in it. I don't know if there's been any. Let's take a look while we're here. Do we have any updates on what's happening in NASCAR? Any updates on what's happening in NASCAR? Don't really see anything. Let's see. Let's jump over here. NASCAR. Lots of stuff happening in NASCAR today, news-wise. Uh, very, very uncool with the whole Bubba Wallace uh, bullshit. Some guy put a noose in his garage, if you didn't hear about it, which is ridiculous. There was a very nice display by the NASCAR drivers today where they all got together and pushed Bubba Wallace's car out onto the track to show that they were supporting him. It was a really nice display. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not gonna ever get this into a political uh, site and all that, but honestly, there's two sides about the whole Confederate flag issue, and that is if you're gonna claim that you're flying it not for hatred, but you're flying it because it's a part of your history. How about you don't go hanging nooses in people's garages if you don't agree with what they're saying? That's about all I got to say on that. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't see any updated stories right now about what's happening on the track. All I know is that there's a caution. Something changed, but I don't trust it. There's things bouncing all around right now on the. It still shows it's on caution. I'm guessing there's some pit stops going on and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Because Ryan Newman was up in 5th place there for a second. Now he's back down to 30th. Let's see. Right now it's showing Joey Logano, who we've got. Well, I can bounce over to it real quick. Right now, let's see. It's showing Joey Logano in 2nd, Keselowski in 3rd, Stenhouse in 9th, Suarez in 5th. We are in 904th place, according to these stats. And we're only, if these are updated right now, we are about 16 points out of the money, out of getting some kind of winnings going on. So I might look at trying to find this on the TV and watching it. I don't really. I don't have a huge amount of fun watching NASCAR. I get it's fast and it can be exciting, and I definitely enjoy gambling on it. I just don't really. I don't know, the circle thing just to each their own. But yeah, so there you go. All right, I think that's about everything then. Yeah. Like I said, I will get the rest of my lineups in here shortly. Remember, definitely look at flexing. And then I think you gotta look at those 3 teams. The Bears. The more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards the Bears. But the Bears, the Heroes, and the Lions are all decent stacks for tomorrow morning. So there you go. If the race would get super interesting, if we wind up being in the running for something, I will pop back on here to stream whatever expletives come out of my head uh, down near the end. But otherwise, I'll be reviewing again tomorrow. And tomorrow we will be reviewing whatever happens in the race tonight. The KBO, which again will probably have 3 or 4 lineups in there. And then we will look ahead to tomorrow is what? Tomorrow's Tuesday, yeah, so there's nothing happening on Wednesday. There's no races that I'm aware of. But we'll check. I think Tuesday is just going to be I think tomorrow's just going to be recapping today and looking ahead to more KBO on Wednesday. Then Wednesday will be a big golf investigation. And and we did get. I totally forgot to mention this earlier, but we already got our enhanced Justin Rose bet. So we do have a $48 bet to make. It expires on July 20th, so we have a month basically to use it, 4 weeks. I'll most likely use it on on something in golf coming up here. I'd like to find a very nice $48 top 10 odds that we could put it on and see what we can turn that into. So we'll see. That's everything. Stay safe out there. Don't do nothing stupid. Yeah, a little stupid. And keep gambling. And good luck.